Hello, and welcome out to another Insights. I found this quote just this morning, or maybe early this afternoon. I don't remember when it was, but it wasn't that long ago. And I've seen similar quotes before. I probably have seen this one too, but I just loved it. It hit me just right today. And uh, because in trading, we have to continue, right? And the quote is, "You want to know the difference between a master and a beginner. Master has failed more times than the beginner has ever tried." And I cannot imagine many places other than the market where this could be really super true. I mean, it is in pretty much every area of life, but trading being as difficult as it is and as challenging as it is, it takes some serious persistence and some serious discipline and serious dedication to really get to where you want to go. To become a master at it, you have to keep pushing on. And the vast majority of people drop out. The vast majority of people do not have the stomach, they do not have the determination, they do not have a big enough vision or big enough dreams to stick it out. They give up and go back and they settle for second best, if you will. So if you want to become a master, you have to continue to try and try and try. And you're going to fail and you're going to make mistakes and you're going to stumble and bump your nose. I just made one yesterday. I mean, I wasn't paying attention. I was asleep at the switch. Didn't notice that GM was coming out with earnings this morning. And yesterday it sold off big. I had puts. I could have sold out and taken a small profit. I knew I had to get out. I didn't realize I had to get out until after it had bounced. It had bounced a little bit, and I realized, oh no, earnings. I knew it was coming. I just forgotten about it. Slipped the mind. And by the time all was said and done, if I would have been paying attention, I could have put an order out there and taken a small profit out, knowing I had to get out anyway. Might as well just bail on it and take a $200 or $300 profit, but it ended up costing. It was basically a $400 or $500 reversal. So it's frustrating when you make mistakes like that, and I did it. I mean, it's not the first time. It's not going to be the last time. So we just got to be aware of what's going on and try to fix it and get better the next time. So that being said, let's get going. And I'm going to change things up. I need to. I tried to do this a few months ago and was unsuccessful at it. Speaking of failures, um, it's just that trying to get things done, especially on the weekend, with scheduling with my kids, and I only have them every other weekend, and then life changes and things happen. And I've always been super honest with you guys. I've met somebody that's gotten very serious, and so there's been scheduling challenges that I didn't have 4 or 5 months ago. So I want to apologize. I know the last, I don't know, at least the last couple weekends I've been behind, and it's just made it more and more difficult trying to. I know maybe this sounds weird, and most people might think it's weird, and I know sometimes people tell me I share too much, but it is what it is. It's. I know we say we're family, and it's kind of, it's we have to work with each other. So um, I don't remember what I was just going to say. Um, oh, as far as I look at everything in life as an investment. And I mean, something as simple as taking my kids to the park or taking them out to dinner or doing something for them. It's an investment in them. It's an investment in time in them. It's an investment in everything. I see everything like that. And maybe that's odd. Maybe it's not. I think it is. I don't think most people see things that way. Um, I mean, every little thing down into leaving them a note, putting a note in my son's lunch, and just something to say, hey, I'm thinking about you. I'm proud of you. Just little stuff like that is an investment in him. It's an investment in building his self-esteem and his confidence in the things that he needs to have a productive life as an adult. Trying to teach him and invest in him. So same thing goes for relationships. And I have met an amazing woman, and it has been good. She's pretty spectacular, way smarter than me, and that's a good thing. Uh, but anyway, it's I've been invested in that, and it's made it challenging to do things on the weekend because that's when our time is, and with the kids and stuff. So it's been difficult, and I'm sure you've noticed that I've slipped up here and there, and I've been trying to figure out a solution to the problem. So what I'm going to do now that I've rambled on long enough, um, what I'm going to start doing is the weekly update, the market update, the basic general overview of the market on Wednesdays. I'm going to try to get it done in the morning before my market mashup, if I can pull that off. That's pretty early, and I do like to get up early. If I don't, I'll get it done sometime during the day on Wednesday. And then what I plan on doing is on Mondays, I will do big guys and review anything else that maybe needs to come up. And then on Tuesdays, I'll do little guys. So it's basically going to be kind of a once a week market overview, once a week big guys, once a week little guys. And I'll throw anything else in there. And what I plan on doing also is adding some things that have been requested. I'm trying to get it into the habit of doing that as far as adding, which options to buy, where to move stops to. So I'm going to start, and part of it is that I have tried to put so much information and so many different trading candidates out there. I've tried to really do that I've allowed some of the other things to slip that are important and need to be in there. So reshifting and kind of reorienting my time and trying to figure out where to put things and how to do all this, it's just time, and it takes quite a bit of time to get it all done. But I'm gonna try to put some of that more of that stuff in there. So I'm hoping that it'll be good positive changes. So, but the challenge is I have my kids every other Thursday night. So Thursdays are hard to do because I pick them up in the early afternoon. And during the day, I mean, by the time I'm done trading and all my other personal business I have to deal with, I go get them, and then I want to spend the night with them. Obviously, I want to invest and give them all my time. And up to this point, I've been doing updates and sacrificing time with them to do insights. Same thing with weekends. On weekends with them, I've been sacrificing time with them or getting up super early, which is fine. I don't mind doing that, but I needed to do something because I'm kind of losing my mind because I want to focus on my kids and my family and all that stuff where the timing has just become difficult. So that's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and that leaves every other Thursday. Then I don't have to worry about it with my kids. I don't have to think about doing insights the weekends. I can focus on my family and invest in them. So I hope you understand. And I will try to add some extra stuff in there because of it. And I should be able to with having these time frames a little bit better. So with that being said, let's get going. Economic events. So I'm going to do this, and I'll also put out a little guys here in a little bit. So I'm going to do the market update right now, and then I've got little guys already. I'll just record it and upload it. So looking at economic events though coming up, we've got on Friday we have unemployment, a little bit of stuff, non-farm payrolls and all that stuff tomorrow. Unemployment coming out Friday. All the employment data is coming out Friday. Looking forward to next week. Employment Trends Index, Small Business Optimism, Federal Budget, Core Retail Sales. Retail sales, that may affect, obviously, the retail sector. So if you're in retail trades, keep an eye on. That's the 12th, which is next Friday. It's a week from Friday. So retail control, no idea what that is. This goes all the way out to the 16th, but mainly up through next Friday. So the big thing is the day after tomorrow, Friday, the unemployment data. So we will see what that brings. And look at the overall markets. And today was a wild ride. I don't know if any of you saw it or were playing it, or it was nuts. It was one of the most volatile days I have seen in a long time. And it was a tough day to hold on to positions. Great day to clear out of some, and I did some of that, some positions, practice trades, of course, right? Nice thing is if you got on yesterday or the day before, if you got into bearish positions, then they were very healthy yesterday. Or if you got started, Alibaba was one that yesterday morning triggered an entry point. So I did a paper trade on it, picked up some options at 750. And this morning, as it was selling off, I'm like, they're going for 950. I'm like, it's $2 a profit. That's pretty healthy. So I took just a 20% of the position out. So just take a little piece of it, bank some profit. Then, because I know it's a volatile stock, it could very easily turn around and go the other way in 10 minutes. And about an hour later, the options were at 1150. So I'm like, wow, I'm up $4, and we're talking, I paid 750, so that's over 50% in 4 or 5 trading hours, basically overnight almost. I mean, I got in yesterday morning, um, so pulled half of the remaining position out. So basically, almost 2/3 of the position at, I don't know, an average of probably $11 or so. So that was fun, and then everything turned around, and there were other ones too that had bearish positions on and took parts of them out. Put orders out above them, thinking that if it keeps dropping, they'll tag it, and it tagged several of them and got out positions. But then most of them turned around in reverse and went the opposite direction. They just went up and just went nuts. And we were down 30 in the morning. In the first hour of the market, it was down about 30 points. And then an hour, hour and a half later, it was only down 5. I mean, it rallied 25 points. And then it dropped back off. It was down about 15, and then it was break even. Then it was down 15, then it was down 20. I mean, we're talking every half hour to an hour, it was swinging anywhere from 5 to 20 points, and it was pretty nuts. It was pretty nuts. So we closed with 9.5 points to the upside, kind of a hammer type of pattern, which if you're bearish, you don't necessarily want to see, but it is what it is, and it's also coming in at that support level. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. Don't know if it's going to continue, if this 1870 level, if people came in and just bought early because they're thinking that 1867 is going to be a support level, or are they just testing it? They just testing it to see, and we're going to see what happens. We'll see what happens tomorrow. I mean, tomorrow could be a big indicator of what's to come. NASDAQ actually closed down a little bit. Don't have final volume data yet, but hammer type of pattern. We're back at those lows again, but it wasn't quite as aggressive as the SPX, which a lot of this was, I'm sure, because Google, Amazon, Alibaba was getting beat up, and there was another big tech that, Google was down 35 points, Amazon was down like 15 or 20, and one of the other big name techs, I can't remember who it was down significantly. So that's why the NASDAQ, I'm sure, was down 12 points and it didn't rally and turn into the green. Industrials up 183. I mean, that's a pretty big day for the industrials, but it's the industrials, transports. And we have a little bit of a bearish wedge kind of showing up. I don't know if you noticed that, but we've got a little retracement, a slant against the prevailing trend that typically will turn out bearish. The question is how long will it take, and when does it break back down? Russell, we don't have data on yet, but the VIX was way up today, about 28, and dropped off, obviously for obvious reasons because of what happened with the overall market. So should be interesting. Tomorrow should be an interesting ride. I have a feeling it's probably going to gap up a little bit in the morning. If it does, it'll probably sell off, I'm thinking. But we don't know. Remains to be seen. We'll see what happens tomorrow. So that is it for the market update. We'll come back to you in just a little bit with the little guys, and we will see you very soon. And as always, if you have any feedback, any questions, any requests, y'all have my email address, asktony@bettertrades.com, and shoot me off an email, and I will get back to you as quickly as I can. It is a little different spot to get to now, so it's not as easy for me to check it. It used to come directly to my phone, so every time I got an email, I knew right away that I had it. And it was just a matter of being in the right place to be able to respond. So any requests, any feedback you have, please let me know. I'm wide open, as you all know. I'm not. I don't take criticism personally. I don't take feedback personally. It's business. So just give me a shout. All right. Have a great day. Bye-bye.